Hello guys, Lawlink here, and tonight we have we don't, it's not a brand new build, it's something I've done, but I really want to put this out there because this is a really good build. It has a weakness, but I feel like it has been somewhat resolved with the newer toxic Nicholai build that I have made, which was a remix of this build. The reason why I remixed that build is because I really wanted bioterrorism to be in an infection Nicholai build without, hurting economy, because that's usually the big drawback with infection Nicholai is economy or any infection based builds. I remember that was a problem with Alex for a while. As far as I know, and Daniel could probably do it the best, but Nicholai can do it with his guns. Although bioterrorism is really cool, it's the problem is the bioenergy, and in that remix build, I used it as a supplement for the infection since our creatures are doing most of the infection. For this one, so I figured, but this build is still pretty good, and it's all about being smart with Nicholai. If you're good with Nicholai, like really really good, you probably won't have as much problems as much as I did. And this build, however, is also somewhat of a remix of the old build. The only changes that were made from that original build is a new equipment, uh, new skill, and two new cards. So without further ado, let's do this. So just to point it out, this somewhat remix build was made by Hack Creature when I sent him my original Infection Nicholai build. I still am confused whether or not he liked it or not, but he did change it and fixed it. And I remember in that video I was skeptical whether or not whether I would like it or not, and I'm glad I did like it. So this is probably my way to play Gun Infection Nicholai, and for a while this was my favorite builds to play Infection Nicholai because it was just so unexpected to be infected by a gun, and then all of a sudden you're a level 1 infection. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, what are we using? For our first skill, we're using Extermination, because it's the only really good one. For our second skill, we're using is Tracking Rounds. Now, if you're wondering, why not use Infection Detection, considering the theme of it is infecting, and this can help, because this would technically be a permanent infection. It would be impermanent tracking until they use a blue herb or they have remedy. Well, when you look at it from a certain point of view, tracking does double damage, and you kind of have to wait until you affect them to do that double damage. While meanwhile, tracking rounds could do double damage. And remember, bioterrorism, as far as I know, is based on damage and the viral canisters. So the more damage you do, the more infection you'd give out. So you might as well use tracking rounds, or if you want blood trail. But I think tracking rounds might be the one. And I did use that in my original build. But, the more I think about it, the more it's not. It's meh. Tracking rounds is the way to go. For the third skill, we're obviously using bioterrorism. How else we're going to infect them with our guns? This is the main attraction of this build. Is all about infecting them with our guns. And most of our deck is a bunch of guns. So yeah. So for our Area 2 card, we're using Auto Shield mod. You'll see why. And for Area 3, if we ever do get to Area 3, we can use the AP Gator. If you really don't trust your aim, fine, use the turret machine gun, but I really would recommend you using the AP Gator, simply because I remember testing it out, and so long as they don't have any buffs to prevent them to take more damage, so long as they have buffs to take less damage, if they have that, then you can't really do it, but, if there's no damage fall-off involved, you can guarantee an infection shot if you hit it. Remember, this is one shot and it costs 5. So, yeah. Make sure your aim is true. For our equipment, we're using large caliber barrel 3, viral canister 3, unstable generator, and modified gear 2. For our deck, most of them are guns. The only gun we don't have is the turret rifle, and that's because it's it's not that good. On some maps, it's really good. Like you can have one turret, one camera with a turret, and then the other one your gun or another turret. But some maps it's not that good. But everything is a bunch of guns besides the turret. We got a rifle, immobilizing rounds, air cannon, machine gun, energy leech rifle, and high caliber rifle. As far as I know, this takes 3 shots to the body with no damage fall off for our survivor buffs and mine. This takes 3 body shots. This takes 2. In the head, this takes 2. This one I don't know, but you're guaranteed to get them affected if you have this. And probably, well actually, more like kill. Energy leech rifle. Despite it being, doesn't do a lot of damage, it can deal infection. So every little bit helps, and this is one of our ways to get bioenergy back. And we do have air cannon. Although it is a firearm, it's not going to deal infection, just like it's just not going to deal infection. Only guns that can deal damage will deal infection. But we'll still be benefited from the auto shield mod. And we also have an extra gun, converter mod firearms. So this is going to be a 3 mod deck. But don't worry, since it's a 3 mod deck, we do get benefited from the auto shield mod. So it doesn't really matter that we're using a 3 mod deck. If anything, it helps us because, you know, we're going to be constantly having a shield and using guns. And the only 2 cards that won't do that are cycle cards, really. And discount is, you know, discount. Going to make everything cheaper. So this will be 2, this will be... I'm not even going to mention it. This will be 2, this will always be 1, this will be 1, and this will be 1. And the AP Gator will be 4. So, yeah. That's pretty cool. And and yes, the grenade launcher does deal infection. It is a firearm, and it is dealing damage. So therefore, it falls under bioterrorism. It's a really good... This build is good. Especially, it's way better since, you know, that video. And I'm really glad I sent it to him, because I don't think that Infection Nicholai video, the first one, the very first video I made on this channel, well, technically second, but we're not talking about the first one, is pretty outdated as hell. Actually, it's extremely outdated since considering we have a new Infection Nicholai build that is probably the better way to do Infection Nicholai. And I would recommend those that would use that. But if you really want all guns, this is the way to go. So that's the deck and that's the build. Now I'm going to show you 2 matches of me rocking this build. This is still by far one of my favorite ways to play Nicholai. And it's always nice to go back to my roots because that's how I started off this channel. So it's always nice to pay respects to your original video. So without further ado, let's begin.
I always fulfill contracts. You are all as good as dead. So, we make progress. The door is locked, and the seconds of your life tick away. Stop with this!
I might be able to see something.
Ah, the old-fashioned methods. They are the best.
Got a locked door here. Ha! My kind of...
If I apply pressure correct...
Ah, this was your end. I cannot say it was good. You cannot run away so easily. Come closer. My client wishes to learn from your suffering.
This will teach him to make jokes about my...
You found that? What amateur put it there?
Get near me and I'll heal you!
It's okay. There's heavy hitters on your side.
Thank you so much.
This is the best you can do? Get it over with! Stop resisting!
I need more ammo!
It's open.
The client will be happy with the fear you feel. Be afraid, young ones. Well done. No matter, your luck will end.
Locked. All right.
Here goes!
Parasite virus in you, dead walking, strange world we live in. Strange, but profitable.
Everyone feeling better?
It's good. Again. No problem. Take his car. I have a good plan ahead.
Why do all the doors have to be out? I found a locked door.
Just die! Now I shall end this. Stay a while. There's plenty of time. This is not your lucky day.
My God, I couldn't hit that Martin. I had Stormtrooper aim. What the hell?
What else could have been expected from setting children against me?
They really screwed me over with the Yorick part, but I still won, so that's all that matters. They did a good job. Alright, that was a lot of fun. Alright, to the next match.
My client wishes you dead. I make it fast for you, da?
here.
You cannot stand still, and I will end the pain for you.
Bolted shut.
Just die.
Pretty sure I'll do that next.
Whoa, that was too close. You really saved me there.
I would not make this easy for you.
Better than
That was too easy. I barely need to aim with this. Look, I'm closing my eyes. Yes, just be happy you did not have the shame of being the first to die. Ah, you have a key. I doubt you will live to use it.
Fuck this place, let's go!
So many made it this far. It's unacceptable.
We got this!
Why does this place have so many doors?
Ah, the old-fashioned methods. They are the best.
Check this out.
No need to kill you in one shot. Client pays for your pain. Not only this.
will be stunning.
Ammo.
Run! Hide! It will do you no good now. Easy money for me. But you were making this so boring. Well done. No matter. Your luck will end. You cannot run away so easily. Now. You can die here just as easy as next place. No kill bonus. But a win is a win.
Yeah, this is why you don't usually run malware January, unless you're trying to place traps in the cameras, but I don't think it really works that way in downtown. Especially when you get to Area 2 and there's auto shield Nicholai mod. I mean, you're just outright useless if you can't do it preemptively. But usually Nicolai's will, if they're doing terminals, they're probably going to make sure that camera doesn't get malware. And even if it does get malware, they can get it back up quickly, and then it has auto shield mod. And when it gets back, it has a shield. So that January is rather useless for being rank 75. Sorry. You should have. I mean, there's called I have other cameras. You know that, right? Tyrone, and Sam, they should have bought a gun. Martin was probably, I mean, besides January at that one camera, Martin was probably the only one that was doing the cameras. because I mean January could have done something. It's just, you know, she got downed, and I'm 100% sure she got backhand by a fucking zombie. Not bit, just backhand. It's hilarious. Oh boy, but yeah. I mean, they wouldn't have gone far if they even if they got in Yorick. So you know, that's it. that's the end. And I hate downtown. I cannot stress that enough. But that was a lot of fun. It's really nice to go back to your older builds and see if they still hold up. This still very much, well, somewhat holds up. Again, weakness is bioenergy. But, you know, it clearly helped me. If you really don't want the grenade launcher converter mod, then you can switch it out for generator mod small. You can get every little bit counts when it comes to bioenergy. So if that suits your fancy, then do that. But yeah, that's it. That's the build. I hope you enjoyed, and if you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that. I upload daily. Just make sure you hit the notification bell so when I do upload, you know when it's here. So that's it. Bye bye.
You'd think he'd stop shooting at me if he's so eager to fight me.